Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video, I'm going to show you the best features of Motorola Edge 50 Pro. By the way guys, do like this video or dislike this video, it helps us a lot. Now with that said, the most highlighting feature about this phone is definitely its design and build. This phone looks super premium with a curved display This phone looks super premium with thickness of 8.19 mm and it weighs just 186 grams. It also comes with IP68 water and dust resistance, which is pretty rare in this price segment. It definitely feels great to hold in hand. It also comes with this vegan leather finish, which adds a bit to its premiumness and helps a lot with the grip. Next best thing about this phone is definitely its display. This phone comes with a 6.7-inch Super HD P OLED display with 1.5K resolution, which is actually pretty good. It also has 144Hz screen refresh rate, 360Hz touch sampling rate. It supports HDR10+. It also has wideband L1, so you can watch high definition videos on Amazon Prime, Netflix, and so on. This is definitely one of the best looking displays out there. Next, this phone also comes with good performance. I say good because there are better performing phones in this segment. Anyway, this phone does offer good performance. It comes with a Snapdragon 7 Gen 3 processor with Adreno 720 GPU with up to 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. It also has a USB 3.1 Type-C port and DisplayPort version 1.4. Next best thing about this phone is definitely its software experience. Now what makes a Moto phone is its pure stock Android experience, and we still have it along with the famous Moto gestures. It comes with Android 14 right out of the box, and this phone will receive 3 years of OS updates and 4 years of security updates, which is actually pretty good. Next, this phone also comes with some super fast charging speeds. It comes with a 4500 mAh battery and a 125 watt turbo powered charger. It also supports up to 50 watts of wireless charging and 10 watts of reverse wireless charging as well. Now this is another flagship level feature that you won't see in other phones at this price segment. Next, this one also has pretty good cameras. On the rear, it comes with a triple camera setup with a 50 megapixel primary camera, telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom, and a wide angle camera. For selfies, we get a 50 megapixel camera. These are some sample shots. Next, this one also comes with a 13 megapixel wide angle camera. And these are some sample shots. We also have the macro mode, and once again, these are the sample shots. Next, this one also comes with dual stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos and spatial audio by Motorola. And this is how it sounds. By the way, there is no audio jack on this phone. Next, let's look at all the camera related features. First, we have the portrait mode. Just like any other portrait modes on other phones, we can take a portrait shot using this feature, and we can also change the blur intensity before we take a picture. Next, we have selective focus. Once we are in the portrait mode, we can change the focus point before taking a picture. And even after taking a picture, you can also change the focus point. Not only that, we can also change the amount of background blur effect you want by using this aperture control. Next, we have spot color. In this mode, you can see a point in the middle. You can just drag it to whichever color you want in the preview. Now once you take a picture, only that color will be in color and the rest of the image will be in black and white. You just get a completely different look with this feature. Next, we have dual capture. Now just like the name suggests, using this feature, we can take pictures from both the front and rear cameras at the same time. Well, there are different ways we can do it. One is the side by side and the other one is the overlap. And in the overlap position, we can switch between the front and rear cameras once again and also switch between the primary camera and the wide angle camera. These are some sample shots. This is a sample footage recorded using this dual capture feature where you can record video with both cameras at the same time. And you can also switch between the cameras like that. Next, we also have slow motion video recording on this phone, and here's a quick sample footage. Next, we also have slow motion even for the front facing camera, and here's the sample footage. Next we have gesture navigations. Now these are the navigation gestures that you can find on almost all the Android phones these days, and once you enable them, you can just swipe from the bottom of the screen to go home, swipe and hold for recent apps, and then you can swipe from the left corner or the right corner to go back a step. To trigger Google Assistant, you can swipe from the bottom left corner or bottom right corner diagonally, and it will trigger Google Assistant. Finally, you can also swipe left or right on the bottom bar to quickly switch between the recent applications. Next, we have a new sidebar on this phone. Once you enable this feature, you'll see a small indicator on the right side. You can just swipe on it to access the sidebar. Now, all the applications that you see on the sidebar are the default applications. You can change them to your favorite applications, tools, or even contacts. Now, whenever you click on any of these applications, it opens up in a floating window or a freeform window. Now you can resize this window, move it around, minimize it, or maximize it. Next, I'm going to show you how to open floating windows or freeform windows. Now, one way is using the sidebar. Another way is from the recent apps page. So first go to recent apps page, and now click on the application icon that you want to open in a floating window, and then select freeform. Once you do that, that particular application will open up in a floating window. Now once again, you can resize it, move it around, and you also have some controls at the top using which you can minimize the application, maximize it to a full screen application, or just close it. By the way, you can open multiple mini windows or mini applications, but the maximum count is 5. Next, this phone also has the dark theme. You can enable it directly from the notification area or the display settings, and once you enable it, all the system UI elements change to the dark theme. That includes stock applications and even some Google applications. Even some of the third-party applications automatically switch to the dark theme once you turn on the dark theme. Here's a quick preview. Next, we have Moto app, where you can find all the additional Moto has to offer just in a single place. With that said, first we have the personalization section, which has to do with the look and the theme of the phone. In styles, we have different options where we can change the icon shapes, colors, and even the font styles. If you're not satisfied with any of these options, you can also go with the customized theme. Next, we have the wallpaper section, and from here you can easily change your wallpapers. We also have the layout section where you can change the layout of your home screen. That's to say, the number of icons that you can see on the home screen can be changed directly from here. Next, we have attentive display. Now this is a pretty cool feature. While you're setting it up, you just have to look at the screen until it reads your face. And once it's done, as long as you're using your phone display will not turn off. Let's say you're reading some article and just holding your phone for say 30 seconds or more. In normal cases, your display might turn off. But once you enable this feature, your display will still stay on. So that's attentive display for you. Next, we have Moto Game Time, or just a toolkit for games. From here, you can just add the list of games on your phone, and once you're done, whenever you open any of these games, you can see a floating button on the screen. And once you click it, you get some extra options to block calls, block notifications, take a screenshot, do a screen recording, and even select some applications for floating apps. For example, we have Facebook over here, and with just a click of a button, I can use Facebook while playing the game. This is another new feature on this phone. Next, we have media control. Now let's look at some Moto actions. First, we have quick capture. Now once you enable this feature, you can just do a twist gesture on your phone to open the camera application. No matter what you're doing, just twist your phone to open the camera application. Now once the camera application is open, once again you can do a twist gesture to quickly switch between the front camera and the rear camera. Next, we have fast torch. Now once you enable this feature, you can just do a chopping gesture with your phone twice to turn on the flash. You can do it again to turn it off. Next, we have open camera quickly. Now once you enable this feature, you can just press the power button twice to quickly open the camera application. Once again, this feature works anywhere, anytime. Next, we have flip for do not disturb mode. Once you enable this feature, you can just flip your phone to put your phone in do not disturb mode. Next we have pick up to silence. Once you enable this feature, whenever you get a call, you can just pick up your phone to silence the ringtone. This particular feature is pretty handy. Next we have lift to unlock. Just like the name suggests, you can unlock your device by picking it up and just looking at the screen. Next we have the 3-finger screenshot gesture. Before that, let me just show you how to take a regular screenshot. So to take a screenshot, just press and hold the volume down and power button both at the same time and you'll get a screenshot. Now as for the 3-finger screenshot gesture, once you enable it, just press and hold 3 fingers on the screen to take a screenshot. After you take a screenshot, you get a preview with some additional options to edit, share the image, or even do an image search. Next we have swipe to split. This is another new feature from Moto to open split screen mode just by using a gesture. Once you turn on this feature, swipe your finger from the left edge of the screen to the right edge, back again to open the split screen mode. Current application will be opened in the top window and you can select the secondary application from the recent apps or the app drawer. You can select the secondary application from the app drawer. Well, another way to open split screen mode is go to recent apps page, click on the app icon and select split screen mode. Personally, I think the gesture works really well. Next, this one also comes with an NFC, which allows us to make contactless payments. If you're not using this feature, I would definitely recommend you to use it. Next, we have flicker prevention. When you use your phone at lowest brightness in low lighting conditions, sometimes your display might flicker. So to prevent that, you can enable this feature. Next, we have wallpapers made with AI. Now this sounds really fancy, but at least right now, it's pretty much crap. Anyway, this is how it looks and this is how it works. And these are some sample shots. They are pretty much useless. Next we have attentive display. Once you enable this feature, as long as you are looking at your phone or looking at the display will not turn off. Let's say you're reading an article or a novel, then you might not touch the screen for a long time, but you're still reading it. So in this kind of a situation, this feature will be really useful. Next we have edge lighting notification. Once you enable this feature, every time you get a call or an alarm or a notification, you can see cool animations on the edges. If you want, you can change the animations and colors as well. Next we have fingerprint animation. Just in case if you want to change the fingerprint unlock animations, you can do that from here. There are different types of animations, you can choose the one that you like. Next we have secure folder. Now this is a brand new feature that Motorola is offering, which looks pretty similar to secure folder on Samsung phones. Anyway, using this feature you can hide your files, videos, photos, whatever it is, and you can even secure your applications. Not just that, you can even hide the location of the secure folder and create a disguised icon for it as well. Next we have dual apps on this phone. Well, not technically dual apps, but using secure folder feature, we can have a second instance of any application on your phone. This is just like dual apps on other phones, but a bit more secure. Next we have Moto Unplugged. This is like focus mode or the Zen mode on other phones. Once you enable this feature, you'll have access to only few applications, and unlike on other phones, you can actually quit this mode whenever you want. Next we have a super cool feature called Quick Launch. Now once you enable this feature, you can just double tap your phone on the backside and it'll trigger an action. You can configure it to open applications or perform actions, like you can also toggle the torch. You can configure all that from these settings. Next we have one-handed mode. Now this is super cool. Once you enable this feature, you can just swipe down on the bottom bar and it'll pull down the screen from the top. This is much more intuitive and useful than the previous one-handed mode. You should definitely try out this feature. Next we have a feature called multi-volume. Using this feature, you can change the volume per application. Let's say you want to set 50% volume for YouTube and 75% volume for YouTube Music. You can do all that using this feature. Next, this one also supports wireless charging and reverse wireless charging as well. Here's a quick preview. Next we have family space. Now this is another interesting feature from Moto. You can create different spaces in your phone, like office space, kid space, maybe a wife space, and you can configure applications in those spaces. And whenever you want, you can start any of these spaces. And if you want to come out of it, you have to either enter the password or wait till the end of the space. This can definitely help you for work-life balance. So guys, these are all the features on your Moto phone. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video. With that said, this is Nikhil signing off. See you in my next video.